for Cirrus Financial. $21,500 from Douglas Clark, a consultant for Cirrus Financial. We haven't even talked about the Boy Scouts of America and all of the crap going on there. There is
you know what kills me about the Boy Scouts is that they're a private corporation and they receive money from the federal government. And according to the federal government, you're not allowed to discriminate on a variety of reasons. But they do so anyway and still get federal money. You know that faith-based initiative crap?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm reading that Container Store Supply Inc. donated $250,000. And they spent $250,000 spent to make it so two people in love with each other can't be protected under the law. His name is Robert S. Hurt Jr., the president of Container Supply Company, Inc.
That's not the Container Store, is it?
I don't think. It says Container Supply Company. I don't really know this company.
It wouldn't be the Container Store. I know too many gay people who work there.
Yeah, me too. And too many gays.
Oh, yeah.
But Robert Hurt also donated $25,000, independent of Container Supply Company. The 2 days before their $250K donation, the company put up $1,520. So he donated a total of $276,520. So I get why we're talking about Chick-fil-A and not these companies. I mean, Chick-fil-A blatantly came out to support anti-gay measures, and when they talked about it, made it very public.
And of course, we have Jeff Bezos, who's CEO of Amazon.com, who gave $2.5 million to go towards the pro-marriage in Washington State.
That's $2.5 million from Amazon.com's leader. We also have the Cracker Barrel, CBRL Group, Inc., the Cracker Barrel restaurants. It operates 579 full-service Cracker Barrel restaurants and gift shops in 41 states. The business has a long history of discriminating against gays and blacks, both as employees and diners. It had an HR policy from 1991 until 2002 that said it is inconsistent with our concept and values and is perceived to be inconsistent with those of our customer base to continue to employ individuals in our operating units whose sexual preferences fail to demonstrate normal heterosexual values.
I don't know why we can't adopt the same thing, but change it.
And so, again, back to your question. So why can't we, start getting rid of and discriminating against those who do not follow the homosexual gay agenda?
That sounds fabulous.
And is there a gay agenda?
Nah, I don't know. I want better parking.
And so is that part of the gay agenda because you're gay?
I don't think so. I don't have a gay agenda.
Well, I mean, and that's my question. I mean, is this really a gay agenda, or is this an equal rights agenda?
It's an equal rights.
Did they call it the black agenda, the Negro agenda, and the black civil rights? Did they call it a girl agenda when women were fighting to?
But they quoted the Bible and Bible verses on why women shouldn't have the vote. And they did it during the segregation. They did it during slavery. They used all of that. And now they're doing it against gay people.
Cinemark. Alan Stark of Cinemark CEO gave almost $10,000 to the Yes on 8. Dish Network. The company shareholders recently shot down a proposal that would bar the company from discriminating against employees based on their sexual orientation. Dish Network also chooses not to carry LGBT Cable Network's logo and here.
What's that?
Domino's Pizza.
Oh, I didn't know Domino's.
I didn't know that until I saw
That's
this.
the end of that.
Domino's Pizza. While Domino's does not directly contribute to anti-gay activity, founder Tom Monahan has contributed heavily to initiatives and organizations that oppose the rights of GLBTs. He is a co-founder of the Thomas More Law Center, which is advocating in court to restrict access to domestic partner benefits, and in 2001 financed a ballot proposed in Ypsilanti, Michigan, to remove sexual orientation from that city's non-discrimination ordinance. David Barton, the current CEO, also opposes gay marriage.
I don't know why the assassinations haven't started.
And you know, Dragon, I wonder when it's going to get really ugly, because, and I've talked about this on this show quite a bit, where there is no gray area anymore. It really is A and B. There is no gray area, and so when you do, you know that there's going to be more fighting, there's more arguing.
I suspect
and
what will
people
happen
are being
will...
forced to choose sides.
Yeah, well, I suspect bloodshed will be spilled.
Absolutely. ExxonMobil.
Oh, yeah, well, you know, they're in Irving.
Yep. They eliminated the domestic partner benefits for same-sex partners when the two companies merged in 1999.
Yes.
It is the largest Fortune 500 company that does not offer domestic partner benefits. It also refuses to ban discrimination based on orientation and gender identity.
Well, it's time for us to discriminate against them.
Well,
I already do to Christians, you know. I don't make joy for such things. I get called up. I get called, and I ask them if they're Christian. The ladies, the pageant ladies.
yes.
Are you a Christian? And she said, do you believe in Jesus? And they said, yes. What do you think about gay people? Well, I thought. And I said, well, I'm not going to make you any Jew. You go to Sam Moon, honey.
Yeah, look ridiculous in that pageant.
Yeah.
Insure.com, online insurance quote comparison portal. The company is a major sponsor of Bill O'Reilly's talk show, and Bill gives voice to their commercial. In addition to selling insurance, they provide information about the insurance industry. In an article on business website entitled Top 5 Ways to Kill Yourself and to Get Away with It, they list the number one way to kill yourself is being gay.
Oh, well, there's a problem with all that because a little bit of latex goes a long way.
It certainly does. The Manchester Grand Resorts. Doug Manchester, owner of San Diego's Manchester Grand Hyatt Hotel and Grand Del Mar Resort, gave $125,000 to Yes on Prop 8 campaign. 10-month boycott has so far cost the resort about $7 million in lost business.
Isn't that a pity?
The Meijer Inc., MEIJER, it's a retail supercenter, owns 180 huge grocery and general merchandise stores in the Midwest. It is a family-owned business. The only good thing to be said about Meijer, is that they don't engage, that we know of, in any activity that would undermine the goals of equal rights of GLBT people. OutsidePride.com, it sounds like a gay banner website, but in fact it is an online seed and lawn care retailer. Troy Hockey, or Hake, the president of Outside Pride, sent a homophobic manifesto to the participants of his company's email list, trying to rally them in a full-on campaign against the whole CBS homosexual cartel. He says he is not a bigot, but is tired of homosexuals rewriting history.
Sounds like a bigot, doesn't he?
The Salvation Army.
Oh yeah, well, forget that.
I used to go to the Salvation Army all the time, and I won't go there anymore. But the Salvation Army is a non-profit religious organization. They are anti-gay and actively lobby against pro-gay legislation in the U.S. and abroad. The money you put in the red kettle is going to anti-gay evangelical Christian lobbyists. They believe that since they're a church, they have the right not to hire gay people because they are sinners. Salvation Army reserves the right to discriminate in hiring and promoting and firing gay people, and the benefits they provide their employees, and they come right out and admit they that practicing homosexuals are not welcome in their church. The Urban Outfitters.
I never knew that.
Urban Outfitters, Richard Hain, the chairman of the hipsterish Urban Outfitters, is a notably right-wing Republican who generously supports GOP candidates and causes that vote for legislation against gay marriage. His company also operates stores under Free People and Anthropology name. Note: Glenn Sank, the CEO of the parent company Urban Outfitters, Inc., is an openly gay man who has been in a committed relationship for over 30 years. However, Richard Hain is still the founder and current chairman and does indeed have a record for supporting right-wing Republicans who are against abortion and gay rights. I'm horrified by.
I'm totally horrified at that.
I saw some of these new young kids on Facebook this week that were like, I'm so sick of all this. I'm going to go eat my chicken and not be bothered by it all. One of them is somebody that you worked with, Daniel. He is very young, and said that he is just a young drag queen and he doesn't care about Chick-fil-A and loves their chicken and will continue to eat there.
Is that MH?
No.
No. She's crazy.
I don't know who MH is.
Isn't it?
And so, and she publicly put it up on her Facebook, and I have not talked to him at this point, but I will. And it's that kind of attitude, and this Richard Hain, the president and CEO, that allows all of this stuff to go on. The last one on this list, of course, is Walmart. It does not offer domestic partner benefits, except in locations where it's required by law. Walmart is the largest retailer of books, but refuses to carry any LGBT titles in their stores. Walmart CEO Mike Duke and his wife signed petitions to ban adoption for same-sex couples in Arkansas. And so, there's my point. I'm being complacent.
I bet there'll be a lot of empty foster homes.
A lot of empty foster homes, but one of the things that I find really horrifying is if it weren't for gay people, and I'm going to go out on a limb with this, because if you go into any organized religion church that has a music department,
Yeah.
it is going to be full of gay people. And I almost guarantee you that 8 times out of 10, the person running the music department is a gay man. At least, if it's a man playing the organ in the church, she's going to be a little white in the loafers, as they used to say. And so I find it horrifying that at some point we cannot get unified by getting everybody involved to say, okay, if you don't want me here, I'm not coming anymore. And what will a lot of these Baptist churches do without a little bit of organ music and choir singing?
Kazoos?
And so if everybody, and now this is kind of, if everybody came out and said, I am not going to take this anymore,
I'm mad as hell.
I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore, and I'm there. I am. I'm madder than hell. I'm so tired of that Bible being rammed down my throat, and then have someone to tell me that I just don't want you to rub my face in it.
Right.
I don't care what you do. Just don't rub my face in it. How? How am I rubbing your face in it? Because I want to get married? How am I rubbing your face in it? Because I want to live honestly to my life? And so, why is it not okay for me to say, stop rubbing my face in it?
Right.
Because a lot of Christians believe that, it is their right to rub their views on me, to witness or to convert or to bring me to the other side. I recently had someone say, I worry about you going to heaven.
What?
Oh, honey, worry about your own self going to heaven, because the heaven that I want to go to is not the heaven you want me in.
I want to go to Paris, not heaven.
I want to go to Paris too. In fact, I want to go to Paris soon.
Well, I'm going to turn 60 in 2014. You want to go to Paris
You
with
look like
me?
7. You look great for 60.
Yeah, I do.
See, I clean that up.
That's right.
Yes, I
I
do.
told Miss
wanna go.
Jennifer, I said, Jennifer, don't tell people you're 30. You look terrible for 30. Tell people you're 60. You look fabulous for 60. But the bitch is dead now, so it doesn't really matter. But
How old was she when she was telling people she was 30?
50. She didn't look good for being 30 at all. But she was always in a dark bar, and I said, honey, was there a blackout or something?
So tonight at Chick-fil-A, there's a kiss-in.
Oh my
at 8
God,
o'clock.
I'm just not going to do that. I find that horrifying. Are they going to shut down?
I actually...
If I were Chick-fil-A, I would just shut down and not, just close the doors and say, we're going home early.
We're going to go home and pray.
We're going to
We're going to go home and pray for you sinners.
That's right. Now,
Let's go to Don Cathy's message. I am still confused by the words first wives. We are married to our first wives. Do they have third and fourth and fifth wives?
no, they believe that when you take the vow till death do you part, you're only allowed one wife. According to the Bible,
You could have many. Go.
you can have many wives, but according to the traditional Christians, you're only allowed one wife. You're not allowed to marry a divorcee. And you're not allowed to marry non-virgins. Just not
Even
allowed.
still today in the Christian faith, you're not allowed.
No, you can, because they
No one would get married.
they cherry pick everything.
No one would get married.
They cherry
because
pick all
they're
those
not
laws.
virgins anymore.
Oh no,
I mean, they are until, but they are not
no.
staying virgins until...
There are a lot of women in the world who because of their faith they have to be virgins when they get married, so they take it up the ass.
That's hot.
And
I like her. I want to be her friend.
and then there are a lot of doctors all over the world who do hymen reconstruction, so you can get your cherry back. So when your husband, you go to bed with your husband, they pop
It's
the
like
cherry.
it's like the first
It's
time
like
all
the
over
first
again.
time, not knowing that the hymen's been restored. How funny is that?
That seems like a total waste of money.
It does.
And so
And a waste of faith, too. Total waste of faith.
well,
Ultimately, it's going to come down, what's going to happen is that the gay marriage thing is probably, I don't know what's going to happen. Either the Supreme Court is going to, when it goes to the Supreme Court, they'll say we're not going to listen to it, and it means that they're not going to, it'll be up to the individual states.
right.
That's probably what they're going to do, because they can't risk. It's very possible that Judge Kennedy, who's a swing vote, might vote for gay marriage, and that would be 5-4 for gay marriage, and that would make it legal in the United States. That would also it would overturn the constitutional laws in all the states saying that gay people couldn't get married. And I don't know if they're willing to do that.
Because after all, right now it is a state's issue. But isn't this a civil rights issue?
Yes, it's a civil rights issue, but they say civil rights is only because of black people, and that's bull.
75 countries in the world believe that being gay, in 75 countries in the world, it is illegal to be gay.
Right. Now, I want to see the literacy rates of those countries, too.
In 9 countries, if you are openly gay, it is punishable by death.
Oh, yeah, like in Iran. Like when the president of Iran came to the United Nations and said that he didn't have any homosexuals in Iran, and they all laughed. They thought it was a big joke. Well, how stupid. Well, of course you can't. You come out in Iran, they chop your head off.
Yeah, so they're not going to come out. Why? I mean, why would they?
Well, why would they? They have Turkish baths there. Well, it's either going to go to the Supreme Court and they're going to not hear the California case, which means it will be upheld, and then that'll be the end of that.
What have you seen the KFC parody with, with
John
John Goodman?
It's funny. It's funny. I can't. Yeah, I'm surprised that I really am surprised that they didn't sue.
I am surprised too. But what we do know is that KFC is owned by the parent company of Pepsi.
Yeah.
And Pepsi is gay friendly. They offer domestic partnerships. So I believe that Pepsi and maybe even KFC is sort of taking it on the chin a little and rolling with the punches and laughing.
Yeah, all the way to the bank.
All the way to the bank, because everybody who is maybe not going to Chick-fil-A, maybe getting their chicken fix back at
some of these
Kentucky
stupid
Fried Chicken.
Christians do not understand how much money gay people generate. You know, especially here in Dallas. You know, we have the largest black tie dinner in the country.
Yeah.
We have more gay millionaires in Dallas than anywhere else in the world. And that's never going to come here, really. I can't see any anti-homosexual legislation within the city of Dallas happening. That'd be the end of their political career. Can you imagine the massive money that would generate to make sure that these people are thrown out of office? This is ridiculous.
And so why can't that be done nationally?
Well, I think they're trying a different approach. I think the Human Rights Campaign people are taking a different approach. I don't care what the churches do. Screw them. I think they think that maybe they're going to take over the United States and then they're going to pass all these laws. Anti-homosexual laws, make homosexuality a criminal offense. They're going to do this and that. But what they don't understand is that we have the Second Amendment. Hello? And how many gay people are going to get their sniper rifles out and go up on a rooftop and wait?
Yeah.
You can't hide forever.
Absolutely.
You know, you kill 5 or 6 a day. Senators or congressmen, get Boehner, get all those. That's exactly where it's going to come to if they don't understand that this type of stupid rhetoric is going to come to bloodshed. And we're not pink. You know? What are they going to do? I just don't understand it.
Are you angry?
Oh, yeah. Do I sound angry?
Well, and there's it really is a question, because I'm pissed.
Oh, yeah.
I really am. I'm trying very hard when someone says something just so ignorant to me. I try really hard not to murder them on the spot.
I think maybe you should ban MH from coming into the S4. Just say she's not allowed in here.
She's not allowed in here.
Get her out.
And I think you're right. I mean, because, you know, we talked about already this being a 1 against 2 issue. And really, you're right. I have made sure that I know where my rifle is. I've made sure I know where my guns are. I have made sure that they're ready.
Oh yeah, you know, I have one at home and I have one in my work. And as Nelly as I am, I know how to fire a gun.
Well, and I have fired mine on many occasions. I haven't done so in a long time.
Edna Oakley.
Edna Oakley, how hot? Yeah. Well, I am just my hands are fisted.
Oh yeah.
And I am going to fight, and I am not going to allow people around me to be complacent anymore.
Oh yeah,
It's just too damn easy to go, oh, it's not my problem. Yes, it is our problem.
The fundamentalist Christians are using that line, restore the Constitution. Restore it to what?
To what?
Restore it to what? When white Christian men controlled everything.
Absolutely. And you know,
White Christian heterosexual men controlled everything.
Michelle Bachmann
Oh, God, shoot her.
threw her name into yes,
Just get it over with.
Yeah,
Beat her to death with a frozen salmon from Alaska.
well, Michelle Bachmann threw her, her endorsement over to Chick-fil-A, and
Oh yeah, she raised $1 million last month. She raises that money now because she likes expensive suits now.
well, she couldn't raise the money for her own campaign
No, nobody wants her
because
to win.
everybody knew that she's a crazy nut,
She's crazy nut.
and poor Marcus Bachmann, living his life.
Oh yeah, well, his lie. Well, who'd fuck him anyway? Oh, sorry.
You know what? I would, just for the measure.
Oh yeah,
I would, and I'd have a video going.
that's right. And without a robber, but you might catch something.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll take that risk
Yeah.
because I might give him something.
Shoot that shot.
In fact, I thank you, Divine. I bet nobody gets that.
I bet not either. That's because we're old. We are culturally illiterate.
Oh, maybe illiterate.
Maybe
of
illiterate.
today.
Today.
Oh, well, Michelle Bachmann, and of course, I know that you saw the Sarah Palin and her gorgeous husband doing the high sign at Chick-fil-A, and
Oh yeah, with a bag.
Ricky Sanatorium, he was there with his
Oh, we have
boys.
David Dewhurst is outside of a Chick-fil-A in Austin, holding up the bag. And that's another one, he for sure thought that he would win with a landslide to be senator, to go up against the Democratic. And Ted Cruz, I don't know anything about him really. I knew that the Tea Party are not traditional Republicans.
Yeah.
They're not real, true Republicans. They really do believe that government should be a lot smaller than it is. And I think that there's a lot of the stuff that should be smaller than the
Sure.
government.
I agree that there are some things that
But
they say are true.
But there's a lot of people who in the Tea Party who are crazy, racist bigots.
Like Michelle Bachmann.
Like Michelle Bachmann. But they're not unified. The Tea Party is not unified. They're different branches of it. There's the Michelle Brock, there's Christian versions, there are the libertarian versions of the, unknown. But I do know that the Tea Party, traditional Tea Party people, are a huge threat to the Republican Party that's in the Congress and the Senate right now. They are a huge threat. And this whole David Dewhurst thing is proof of it. God knows what's going to happen all over the country. But the Republican Party,
Let's talk about David Dewhurst.
Okay. 66 and that facelift and his third bride, who's a lot younger.
A lot younger.
Oh yeah, well she married him for the money.
Oh, well, I mean...
Hello. She's a whore, just like the rest of them are.
So... No, let's not talk about David Dewhurst.
No, let's not talk about it.
It really is. It is way too easy. It is really way too easy. And I wouldn't want to interrupt his plastic surgeon at this moment because I'm sure he's due for another.
Oh yeah,
surgery.
he was so royally cracked. I have to do some more surgery to uncrack his face. And of course, our illustrious governor, he committed the unforgivable sin in the state of Texas, is running for the presidency and losing.
And loses.
And loses.
Well, he didn't even come close.
He didn't even come close.
And what
And
was
because
really
of that, the Republican Party in the state of Texas are not going to vote for him in 2014. They're just not going to.
Yeah. Do you feel like they've just all but turned their backs on it?
Oh, they've turned back on it.
Are they going to support someone like David Dewhurst?
Probably. Or you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
A charismatic Democrat, like another Ann Richards. Bill White had the personality of a frozen pea rolling across the plate. I wouldn't even vote for him. I didn't even vote because he was so dull. But all my Democrat friends are going to hate me, but screw that. He didn't have a chance anyway. But another charismatic Democrat who was a more moderate one, he or she could take the governor's
Sure.
mansion. Right. Absolutely.
Well, and
Because, at this point, the Republican Party, they're stupid. Most of them, I think, are uneducated people. Stupid people.
I don't know if I call them uneducated, but I think that their education is really swayed to one side.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe they don't have critical thinking. According to their public policies, they don't want to teach their children to have critical thinking. Maybe they don't have critical thinking.
One of the things that I was really just kind of disheartened by, because I really felt like that there were a lot of new generation people coming up who don't care.
There's a huge amount of people who are between 18 and 30 and 35 who don't give a rat's ass about any of this. They
Yeah.
think it means nothing. They believe that people should get married if they want to get married. And they're the ones who are going to start voting.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
But what my point was that I was really disheartened by how many of the tweets that I read this week from people who were young that used the word faggot, that used the word just really hateful things. One of them in particular basically said, I can't wait to go eat at Chick-fil-A. Now I don't have to worry about those faggots looking at me.
Oh, yeah.
I can eat somewhere where I don't have to worry about that.
I think you should have a rubber stamp. Instead of S4, it should say faggot. In different colors.
Yeah.
Different scripts. And you can stamp them and it'll say
Faggot. That's cute.
That's
I like
cute.
that.
I like that too.
Well, let's talk about something a little bit more lighthearted.
Oh, okay.
Are you watching the Olympics
Well, there's that big controversy in the Olympics.
with China?
No, the fact that after the race, everybody in the world who knows who's won, and NBC broadcasts it at night, and you already know who
You
won.
already know who won, yeah.
They're going to have to broadcast them during the day, and then rebroadcast them at night. But there's a
Somehow, yeah.
they're
But
gonna have to
it's
do
all about
something.
money. They're going to have to figure it out because everybody
But you
already
can-
knows who's going to win. And
a lot of people hate that.
this week, because I was able to watch a little bit of television, I did not
Isn't
do
Ryan
anything.
Lochte hot?
Ah.
He's a lot prettier than Phelps.
I'm telling you, I think the most gorgeous boy at the Olympics is the Danelle Lopez. No, Leyva.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah.
won bronze.
Yes.
And really, he
He's-
practically blew it on one
They're
of
all
the
very pretty.
on the
man.
pommel horse. But oh my God, I just think he's gorgeous. And what I really love about him is the relationship that he has with his father, and how really kind of loving and supporting it looks. And the father's hot too.
Oh yeah, we love that.
And he's got that great little hairdo with the
Hi,
the lizard.
Daddy.
The lizard. Oh, but I think I think the relationship is really sweet. I think I was really rooting for him, and of course, he blew it on the pommel horse and only got bronze. But it should not have even placed because of how badly he blew it.
I saw the ladies doing the unparalleled bars or whatever they're called.
Yes.
And I envisioned them dressed up like Edna Jean with the purse, swinging around and a pink
With
suit.
a purse on their arm.
Yeah, sweet, and their hair. I don't know why I thought that, but I'm warped. So,
Well, I've been trying to figure out, how I could do some sort of Edna Jean promo. Just,
well, there's gymnast centers here, but I don't know if they'd let you in.
if they'd let me in dressed like that,
Yeah.
or if they'd let me jump into the pool with my purse and polyester pantsuit.
That's right.
It is called chlorine, but
Do they
I think
use chlorine or
polyester-
do they use saline?
I don't know, but I saw Ryan Lochte spitting in it. I mean, he was really spitting in the water too. You know, I wasn't offended by it, but I just,
You know,
I bet they have some.
I have a friend of mine here who has a saline pool, and they don't use chlorine; they use salt, and an electro. They clean the water through electricity and saline. Of course, the chlorinated pool people hate them, but
Does the electric company love them?
well, it doesn't.
Is that expensive?
No, it's not.
It's not.
It's a lot cheaper
Huh.
because you can use 5 pounds of salt in a year, as opposed to how many gallons of
Of
chlorine.
chlorine, yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, Michael Phelps won his 20th
20th.
most celebrated Olympian
I think he was
the
going off to
history.
another one. He was going after his 21st today.
Today, yeah.
So it's done.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he. Do you know if he won his 21st? Look at it.
I really do love these Summer Olympics, and I've been enjoying watching it. I really have. And the
I was
little-
up until
and the
3
little girl,
last night
that
watching.
Gabby Douglas. How
Gabby
exciting.
Douglas, first black, isn't she?
First black American to win gold in that
Oh yeah.
in that category of the women's individual all around
Today
gymnastics.
started the the track and field.
Well, yay.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad I've seen everything I like.
Swimming. It's
Swimming
the
and- swimming and
it's
diving.
the flesh sport.
Well, did you know that I was a swimmer and diver when I was young?
I was too, a swimmer. Relay.
How
and-
good were you?
Well, I was pretty good. I won first place several times.
Yeah, I was average. I was on a team that Rowdy Gaines kind of coached at.
I remember Rowdy Gang.
Yeah, well, he's also commentating,
Commentator.
being a commentator at the Olympics this year, and
A commentator.
a commentator.
Like
You just say commentator. You just say that's so
Tater
common.
hole.
It's like a waffle fry, only different.
That's right. I've never had a waffle fry, so I don't know.
That's the waffle fries are from Chick-fil-A.
Shh, we don't eat there.
Yeah. So I really loved diving. I had really nice form,
Now,
but I had absolutely really no good training.
I was scared of heights, so I couldn't do the real high dive.
I loved it.
Did you?
I did. I loved it, and I loved swimming, and I just didn't have any really good training. I was poor.
I understand.
Did you see the young lady's mother on the Olympics in the stadium when they kept on going to her? One of the girls, I believe that it was one of the girls of the four.
I thought Gabby's mother.
No, not her. This is another woman. She was very well dressed and she was very sporty looking, kind of blonde.
Yes, I do.
And she was sitting next to a woman and they were wearing matching rings.
Really?
And so
Ooh.
I believe there might be a story there.
Oh, good.
And
The
if-
Olympic people will throw them out of the...
But I'm going to tell you, they kept on focusing in on her because this woman was beautiful. She was beautiful. She was well dressed. I kept on calling her Sporty Mom, and then someone pointed out that the woman sitting next to her and she were wearing the same ring, and the woman next to her was kind of sporty as well. So,
Well, you know, we live in lipstick lesbian capital of the United States here.
yes, there are.
As opposed to Durango, which is the opposite. Durango, Colorado.
Durango, Colorado.
Bulldog capital of the United States.
I'll be sure to go there.
Oh, you must.
I love a good old-fashioned bulldog.
Oh, well, they're there. In droves.
Good. Let's go together.
We could. We should take a trip.
We should.
We should.
We keep on saying that we're going to, and we haven't done
Well,
that
let's
yet.
do that.
Do you think we could manage it?
We could do
I bet
it.
it would be girl talk the entire time.
It'd be fun.
We could.
We could go we can go, oh, I don't know. We can go through the southern part, you know, Wallingsburg and all of
Yes.
that, because that's the way you get to. And I have a friend of mine, I have two gay friends of mine who live in South Fork, Colorado, in a trailer park, and they have put lights in the trees and gay flags everywhere and pink flamingos all through their yard in a trailer park, double wide.
I'm thinking about painting this place pink.
The outside,
I'm going to paint it
yeah.
red.
Okay.
There are only 9 out homosexuals in the Olympics this year.
The swimmer, he's a pretty young
He is a
thing.
pretty little young thing, a beautiful boy.
He's beautiful.
And there was like one gay male, and all the rest were female. I found that kind of interesting. That there,
Yeah.
you know, what did you think about the woman's tweet at the beginning of the Olympics that got sent home about the West Nile mosquitoes?
Oh, I don't remember.
I just thought you were just going crazy over it.
No, what did she tweet?
She tweeted, there are so many Africans in here that the West Nile mosquitoes are getting a lot of home food.
Where was she from?
I don't remember. Greece.
Greece.
She was from Greece.
Really? I didn't know racism was terrible there.
And, you know, and
Well, she's
and she got sent home.
She's bitter because she's broke. So is the country.
Yeah,
Oh my
poor
God,
Greece.
poor Greece.
You know, I was looking at how much money they get, you know.
The people of Greece want to get rid of the euro and go back to the drachma.
The drachma.
But if they do that, that's the end of their country.
Yeah.
You talk about total collapse.
You know, and I said not too long ago that I thought the first country to defect, if you will, from the euro was going to be Germany because of how strong their economy is. But and I read that they were printing the Deutsche Mark again.
Just in case.
And they said it was, you know, for other reasons. And I was like,
I think it's a threat.
Do you think?
I think it's a threat.
Well, they have
Because if
declared that
Germany-
they are not going to, but
If they were to come out of the euro, they're the only ones that are holding it up.
the rest of them will drop like flies.
Yeah, of course, Switzerland isn't. They never would be. Their money is completely based on gold. They have untold trillions amount of gold in their coffers.
I wonder if that's where we'll get exported to.
I don't know. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yes, it
I've been to
would.
Geneva, beautiful place.
I have never been to Geneva.
Maybe we should go there too. Well, you know, let's go to Paris for my 60th.
Okay.
There's a huge sister enclave going to happen, Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence.
Correct.
In 2016 in Germany, in Berlin. They're going to be coming in from all over the world. I think you and I should go.
That sounds fun. In Berlin.
In Berlin, 2016.
I've not been to Berlin either, and I want to go there.
I haven't been since the fall of the empire.
I'm going to make that
So our first
a
trip
must
is
in my life.
we're going to take a trip sometime, like spring,
okay.
right after the fall.